What will be deemed illegal in the future? With any hope fake news could be made illegal. Deliberately broadcasting any news that is not factually correct should absolutely be made illegal and amended where possible non-factual conclusions were made. The news doesn't need to be rushed, it can be researched and be based in fact rather than rumors. Obviously the news needs to be documented, but on-the-spot speculation and wild accusations based simply on biased opinions and observations should not be broadcast without a factual basis. Guns in America. At least without some Germany-style licensing and massive restrictions. The direction things are going, with the boomers dying off daily and the kids of tomorrow having no desire to keep dealing with mass murder. The backlash will continue, the anti-gunners will get their shit together, and there will be a repeal of the Second Amendment. Not soon, but eventually. I say this as a gun owner. The writing is on the wall. Freedom of speech under Putin. Trump. The Fox News host asked the likely GOP nominee whether he had any plans whatsoever, if re-elected president, to abuse power? To break the law? To use the government to go after people? Trump parried. Hannity probed. He again asked Trump whether he was indeed promising America tonight he would never abuse power as retribution against anybody. Except for day one, Trump said. Driving. I mean the actual steering and controlling of your own vehicle. At some point all cars will be completely autonomous and you will no longer be allowed to drive them. It will essentially eliminate accidents and traffic flow will be something you can set your watch by. I'm totally against this happening, because I love driving, but it will eventually happen. People probably won't actually own cars anymore, just rent them. If we wanna go like real world bullshit. Probably basic human rights in general. But if we wanna be jokey but still a bit serious, I do genuinely think that at some point maybe spam robocalls will be illegal. And then for a joke it would actually probably be a good thing, those creepy internet family vlog things. Like, why are you putting your child's whole life on the internet? It's weird. Offline computers, encrypted hard drives. It will either be because corporations want the right to access any and all of our information, or because the government exploited the threat of AI as justification to monitor us for our own good. FYI, Microsoft is already intentionally locking people out of using their applications while offline. Cars that allow manual control, at least on public roads. I would imagine there will always be areas where enthusiasts have areas to play with their toys. Obviously not any time in our lifetimes, but someday vehicle accidents will be a very rare occurrence once we take the flawed human equation out. Almost certainly eating harvesting meat not grown in a lab. Once we can create 100 convincing cruelty-free meat and other animal-derived products without actually killing them, there will be little excuse to kill animals for our own ends outside of population control and such. Facial recognition websites. Any of us right at this moment can plug a friend's face pic in and see where else on the internet they pop up. Or vice versa, plug in a Karen from a Reddit video, or a sex worker, and find their real-life social media. Does anyone else ever think that we're just in the Wild West days of the internet, and as misinformation and general ridiculousness spread there will be more and more restrictions and guidelines in place for what can and can't be posted? Capitalism. A system designed to reward a lucky few and make the rest of us slave away our lives for them is absurd. Either capitalism will be illegal, or there won't be anything that's illegal, because the world won't exist. Voicing opinion that goes against certain political groups and factions. It'll create a large debate on what the First Amendment really ought to protect. We're already on eggshells and thin ice. Hopefully they reverse this decriminalization of addictive substances. I think most thought that was a big mistake from the start, and if they don't I will develop my own conspiracy theory. Math, biology, any form of structure. Everything becomes fluid, nothing is given or sure. There won't be any language anymore, just random sounds with ever-changing semantics. Christians and churches. The world would be much happier. No judgment spewing hateful speech then hide behind scripture that is vague and up for interpretation. Music. Information is not knowledge. Knowledge is not wisdom. Wisdom is not truth. Truth is not beauty. Beauty is not love. Love is not music. Music is the best. Owning a house, smoking, probably owning a firearm, driving. The freedoms we enjoy now, no matter how small, will be outlawed for the greater good. Spreading disinformation. Nowadays your posts are removed or fact-checked by the apps. In a couple years I wouldn't doubt you could receive a fine. Propaganda masquerading as news. It used to be legal in the US, and for democracy to survive, It'll have to be made illegal again. Talking with the way the legal world is going, saying anything will either get you sued or thrown in jail. Ad blocker. Soon it'll be like that episode of Black Mirror where you're forced to watch ads teaching from band history. Disabling your government-issued microphones and cameras. Kink and BDSM between consenting adults or even alone in the privacy of your own home. Car feature subscriptions. Hidden hotel fees. Kitchen fees. Any form of self-defense. Single-use plastic. Like the type that doesn't biodegrade in a year or two. Posting pictures of other people's kids online without the parents' consent. You will pay taxes on your garden. Growing your own food will be illegal. Ability to vote in the United States unless you're a wealthy white male. Stand-up comedy. It's almost illegal now. Crybabies can't handle it. Anything and everything rich people don't want us peasants to do. Shipping broken and incomplete software. At least I hope so. The media if Trump gets re-elected. He's already promised it. Making your own AI porn without an expensive corporate license. Diversity of thought. Also, drug companies advertising on TV. Being gay in Mississippi. Oh wait, that's already a thing. Having any sort of opinion, anything is offensive nowadays. Freedom of speech. Unless they can control your thoughts. Reposting the same questions on r/ask Reddit day after day. Having an opinion that doesn't align with the majority. Circumcision on minors that isn't medically necessary. Using old Reddit instead of its identification UX.